Hey everyone, it's Matt with Matt and Cat Things. It's been a hot minute since we've seen you, but we're back and we're in my kitchen, which is finished. And this video, we're going to show you how we do some of this trim for these great looking cabinets. So hope this helps you all out some, and I hope you all doing great. Bye. Okay, we're working on trimming out this IKEA section corner cabinet. And just like we do these little bump outs here to give clearance for the door to look nice when it recesses, we've got to figure out how to do this corner. Now this IKEA cabinet comes with this trim piece here, which really just pushes this cabinet away from the corner so that you can get the door clearances you need. Or if you were to use drawers, it would clear this door. So one thing you got to make sure is that when you line this up, if for some reason in your installation these holes would make it so that this bracket sits too far this way, I believe what I'm going to do is move it flush and either drill or use different holes and drill some new ones maybe. Because when we put this trim piece in here, it'll be easier to attach it if this is a true 90 and it's flush with the front here. Alright, I was able to get those in using existing holes. Just drilled a new pilot and drove those in. Now I gotta take this cabinet out so that I can attach these brackets through the side of this cabinet. Okay, we got this piece all secured. The instructions for this trim piece are in the normal cabinet assembly instructions. This is not custom. The only thing custom so far is that I located that to my advantage. So before we can know our final needs in this corner, I want to go ahead and get my cover panel in between these two cabinets, very similar to what was done here. If you've never done this at all, or especially a larger gap that you have to fill, I have another video and I'll put the link in the description below on how I build these. By the way, if you've never done any of these cover panels, IKEA sells the cover panels for the color and finish of your cabinets. This is the box for one right here. This is one that I've already cut. If you'll see, they come with 4 edges. This was 32 to begin with. So they come with 4 perfect edges. And then I had cut 4 inches off of this one. So when you're planning these out, you just got to think about, for instance, back here, I needed a finish edge here, so I ripped this edge. So for every 2 edges, clean edges you need 1 panel. I'm anticipating when I do my trim here, I'm anticipating having to get from the back, screw it from the back to hold it so you don't see any fasteners. So I need to leave this area clear so that I can get behind there. So the first thing I did was attach this cover panel to the cabinet next to it so that I can slide this one in and out to figure this out. So there, I got the cabinet just placed back in. Again, this piece is attached through this cabinet. I have not attached it from this side yet because I may have to pull this out to attach that. But now that I have the cabinet in place, I can level it up and get all the measurements I need to build that piece right there. The challenge with this piece is that, of course, it's going to have to come out here to match the face of this door. And this is all white, so we'll want to cover this. And then we'll want to have a piece coming out here to cover this door or drawers, whatever it is. I can't fit it in between there, so it's going to have to be one piece with all 4 pieces built into it, set in there and attached all at once. So there's a lot of different ideas or ways that you could put these pieces together to build this corner. You can see it really comes down to, you know, the pieces that come out that the door swings and sits into. It comes down to fastening them to the pieces behind them. Is it better to nail through here? Is it better to nail through here? And we're going to be using a pin nailer. That's how I've done all these. You know, this is a particle board inside, so going this way, I think this piece will be too loose this way. And the reality is, this is probably the setup I'm going to use. This is probably closer to the setup that I'm going to try. So this is the cabinet faces that the corner I'm working into. These are the pieces that are going to come out and the doors will close against, or the drawers will close against. So if I build this piece out with an end grain, with a finished end, and this piece out with a finished end, I can pin nail through a finish into these pieces. So my pin nails will go through here and through here. These, usually you only leave like a 1/16 of an inch reveal with this pushed back, just for aesthetics, which means these pieces will actually be floating away from the face of the cabinet. So we'll need some spacers in there. So hopefully this makes sense, but I'm going to try this and we'll put it together and it might be more clear once we see it. All right, well, this is the design I ended up going with. These are your kickouts to hide the edge of the door. This will keep the corner blue. I used my pin nailer, 23 gauge, through this way and through that way. I used quite a few pin nails, and I don't know if you can see them. I didn't fill them or do anything with them. I used probably one every 3 inches. It's not the strongest thing in the world, but this isn't really going to come under any load, I don't believe. Then what I did was I took some construction screws and I made sure the depth wasn't going to go through. On this side it's a little shallower, so I put some washers behind them to make sure it didn't go too deep. But I made sure I got a little bit of purchase, 2 or 3 threads on this to hold it, pull it in this way. So yeah, that's what she looks like. I'm going to finish screwing this and we'll put it all together. Okay, I got this cabinet back in now that I was able to screw from behind here. Of course, I've set these screws to attach it to this cabinet. So everything is secure in this corner. Now you can get a view of what this will look like. Next, I'm going to put in some doors and drawers so you can really see it. Okay, well, this is what we were doing all this for. I did throw this block in here just because when I was using this Lazy Susan, this part of the cabinet moved a little bit, so I just screwed in from both sides. That'll hold it still, but this is the detail you're looking for. These drawers close, everything is flush with the front. Same thing here. Try to get that consistent flush look all the way around. Yeah. Good luck to you, man. Bye.